Hello and welcome to Fridge Can.
I'm Barry, this is Ben, and boy do we have a week for you this week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this happens. There's 14 teats and each one only gives off a little bit of milk.
I don't like the chef's table anymore.
I'm certain that this happens.
Are you actually serious?
But before all that, we need to find out this week's theme.
It's a mystery box. Not a Halloween episode.
Mystery.
Here is how this is going to work. In a second, James is going to lower a box, and in that box is a mystery ingredient.
That mystery ingredient is going to provide a clue for our weekly theme.
We will spend the next couple of weeks coming up with ideas and suggestions from you for what we should do with that ingredient.
And at this point in time, James is the only one that knows the contents of the box, but he will also bring with him a challenge for the week. James, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing, man.
Lower the box.
I don't think you even need to look at it to have the clue.
Oh.
You have a heavy box this week, James.
We've got one each.
Multiple. Amazing. Even one for you there, Mike. Your favourite.
Our mystery ingredient is cheese.
Yep.
So we're going to have to work with these guys, do some research, find out all about cheese. We're going to come up with some awesome recipes, some awesome videos, and at the end of the week, you guys are going to do an ultimate cheese battle.
Which means I get to eat all three.
You get to eat all three. And these guys have to impress you because there are brownie points up for grabs.
Nah. This week is going to be excellent.
Let's get it underway. Turns out you guys love cheese as much as we do, and with all of your input, we have come up with a whole bunch of stuff for the week, but this recipe is a foolproof, double-baked cheese soufflé.
Foolproof. Don't like cheese and a fool. So if this works on me, then this is going to be a great recipe.
You're going to love it. It starts with a couple of onions, which you want to peel and slice, and then cook in butter for a long time. Like normally you say sort of 5 minutes to sweat it off. Here we're talking like 25 to 30 minutes over a gentle heat. Before we bake our soufflés, give the inside a little bit of a rub with butter.
Does this stop it sticking?
And then, yeah, a lining of breadcrumbs which sticks to the butter, and it will just help a more even rise and it stops them sticking so that you can, in a foolproof way, pop them out later and bake them again.
These are jammy onions.
So look at that now, they are super, super jammy. Soufflé is obviously a French dish. In fact, soufflé means to breathe or to puff, and for that reason, next into our onions, some French brandy. About a tablespoon and let that cook out for a minute or so. Once the brandy's cooked out, we're going to make a roux around those jammy onions. So flour goes in and cook that to a paste with more butter. As soon as your flour and butter is cooked out to a roux, we're going to add in the milk a little bit at a time. If you do it slowly, it won't be lumpy. The only lump will be any of the onions, which is a good thing because they're tasty. While Mike carries on making the sauce with the rest of the milk, I'm going to grate the cheese because that's going to go in it to turn it into a cheese sauce. Now, given that it's a beautiful French soufflé, we're going for Swiss Gruyere and Italian Parmesan. Strong cheeses with little water content. The white sauce is nearly there. It now needs to bubble for a couple of minutes to completely cook out any of the last raw flour taste. The cheese is grated. The next thing are the eggs. 3 of them, we just need to separate them out because we need the egg yolks to go into here, but the egg whites we beat up to a stiff peak, and that's what gives the air into our soufflé. Baz,
Hello.
you get me some chives?
Oh, Barry, you can introduce everyone to the wheelbarrow.
Hey everybody, this is Ben's herb garden. He insisted on it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Chives, yeah?
Chives, please.
Great.
Oh no, mate. There's a cat poo in it.
Chives.
Seriously?
Fresh thyme. Which one's thyme?
No, that's rosemary.
Oh, there, sorry. That's what I was
Yeah.
spending on one.
About half a teaspoon.
Oh.
Back to the soufflé. So a lovely smooth sauce with onions, which makes it look less smooth. But it's a lot thicker than you'd expect for a white sauce, and it needs to be for this recipe because that's going to hold it together. Now, all the cheese can go in. You can give that a stir. Given that it's a French souffle with Swiss cheese and Italian parmesan, a little bit of French mustard just to bring it back. And some of our fresh herbs, so chives, a little bit of fresh thyme. And then once the sauce has cooled down, we add in our egg yolks. Too soon, and the egg yolks might scramble, but the egg yolks will enrich it, and it's absolutely delicious. I'm going to give that to you two. You veggie grew, yeah, you can have that.
Thank you.
No! That's not how it works.
Oh, that is delicious. Mike, you're going to love this.
The sauce and body to our souffle done. Now for the air. If you whip up our 3 egg whites, is that a saucy body?
That was sign language for body.
What we're going to do is fold egg white into sauce. Start off with a dollop, and you can just fold it in a little bit more aggressively. Lots of myths that you shouldn't overwork souffles. They're all correct, except for the fact that the structure of the egg white will remain anyway. You just want to keep it as light and fluffy as possible.
A myth. It doesn't make it a fact then.
Once you've initially loosened up with that first dollop, the second one you can be a bit more gentle with because it's all much looser. We've lined our ramekins with butter and breadcrumbs. We want to fill them pretty much to the top, and ideally without dribbling any on the sides, because it's the dribbles that will catch. What you're looking for is something that has risen and is nice and golden on top. It will depend on the size of your ramekins, it will depend on which shelf of the oven, it will depend on so many factors like the size of your eggs, for example. However, roughly 6, 17, 18 minutes should do it.
So you're saying?
Somewhere between 15 and 20. And there we go.
I mean, even I like the smell of that.
Now, if you're brave enough, you can just take that straight to the table and serve it. That would be a souffle. But even we...
What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's a myth. Loud noises don't make them collapse. We now need to let these cool.
Once your soufflés have cooled, they look something like this. Which is a good thing, because it is a foolproof recipe.
Yes, so what you want to do then is take a knife and cut right the way around the edge to loosen them. It should be really easy because of the breadcrumbs and the butter. And then tip it out. At that point, it goes onto an oven-proof dish, and that is your souffle. Now, if you bake that again for your guests, then it could dry out. So what you're going to do is place double cream, parmesan, and more mustard into a bowl. I'm going to season it with a pinch of salt and pepper. You pour it over the top, and then it goes back into the oven to bake. A much higher temperature, 220 degrees, for about 10 minutes, and that will cover up all of your mistakes.
That is a situation, and once it goes in there and comes out, it will be a rectified situation. There you go.
How impressive do they look?
They have risen again.
They look gratin 8. Great.
Oh, shut up.
Fluffy, you can see the wobble on them. The gratination is amazing. All we need to do is finish it with a little bit of finely chopped parsley. That is a foolproof, twice baked cheese souffle sorted. I feel like you should go first, Mike.
Well, I'm probably the least likely to like this, and I've got the biggest fork.
Twice baked.
It's very soft.
It's like a cloud of cheese.
So delicate.
It's nice. I know it's nice, but I'm just an idiot, so it's like my mind's telling me yes, but my body's telling me no. But I can tell that is really delicately balanced and delicious. I'm just an idiot, and
That is such a puff of light.
It just
So
disappears.
light.
Yeah, it disappears too quickly, this.
It's 50% air, I'd say. And for that reason, when you eat it,
The main calories just a bit, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. So this is actually quite healthy because 50% of it is air.
it's 50% fat-free. All the right cheeses and paired with herbs and mustard, winning combo. Thanks for your help.
If you want the recipe for this and all of our links to our cooking lessons, which are completely free, then all of the links are downstairs.
Now, make sure you join us on Tuesday, where we're going to be getting very cheesy and asking Ben and James lots of cheesy questions.
yes. And in the meantime, could you like this video, because the doorbell's just gone, and that's the sign for a like.
Click on the left if you missed our last video, or click on the right video for one of our favourites.